So let's get going. Here are some lunges to begin. Now I'm doing the main normal lunge in the photo. In the top corner there's a narrower version or a longer version of a lunge, which you may do as you get more experience with this over the days, over the weeks. The goal is to feel it only in the muscles, not the knees, not the ankles. So just be ensured that is happening. You don't have to go as low as I'm going, but you will improve with this over time. Now we're into push-ups. Now I'm doing a standard push-up off your toes. An easier version is in the top left, which is a box push-up. If you find that a little bit too easy, you can go on to the half push-up, which I've just moved into. Now, of course, if you're finding all of this too easy, then you may need to go into a harder version. So off your toes, you can go through a narrow grip, as you're seeing in the top left. You can do jump push-ups. You can do one-arm push-ups. The idea is you should feel this in your muscles, your chest, your triceps, a bit of your stomach perhaps, but not in your elbows or shoulders. Coming from that, now we're looking to go into some one-legged squatting coming up onto your calf. So I'm on one leg, I do a little squat down, then at the top I push up with my ankle, some onto my toes. The idea on this here will be challenging on the balance. You can do a bit of touching on. You can do a bit of touching on, a bit of not touching on. It depends how it goes. You should feel this in the bum, the thighs. You shouldn't feel it in the knee, the ankles, the toes. Any bones shouldn't be felt. So on this one, I'm going to touch on just as I get to the bottom, and then I'm coming up. How low you'll go with your bum, that depends on your strength versus your flexibility, and it should improve over time. Remember, on the bottom, I'm standing on my heel, and here I'm standing on my toes. So if you really do that, it should come into your bum and not your knee. So then on to the next exercise, we're doing some band pulling. So for this, we're just going to pull the thing apart. Now, if you haven't got access to a band, we can use a towel, as you can see in the top left. If you need to make this harder, you can bring the band into the middle. You can grab it in the middle, and that would make it harder. If that's still too easy, you could then fold the band over so it's in half, and then that would make it much, much more difficult. You should be feeling this between the shoulder blades, back of the shoulders. They should be the main working muscles. Now we're going on to some straight leg deadlifts. So I'm just going to bend from the waist while stood on one leg. This is working on the balance. You should feel the upper hamstring, bum. If you find this too easy, you can always just lean your body weight slightly further forward with your head. Alternatively, you can just get a dumbbell, put that in a hand to increase that difficulty. Now, a lot of people, when they start, they struggle with balance. And it's okay to touch on occasionally, but I would also try and do as much as you can once you're balanced without holding on. And this, of course, will improve greatly over the days and weeks and months ahead. Now on to some one-arm raising. So here, I'm lifting one hand up while keeping the rest of the body rigid. For many, this is too hard, so you can do it off your knees, as you've shown in the top left, or you can, the wider your hands go, I've taken it quite wide on the left, is harder to do. If that's all too easy from the main photo, then go onto your toes with very wide hands. Also, if you put your hands further away, that also makes it harder. Then finally, we're into some jump squats. Now I'm doing a standard jump squat. On the top left, you can see a narrower stance. You can see a wider stance. You can also see a staggered stance with your feet, which can all provide variety longer term.